Hello, wild wisdom warriors, and hello, shamans from around the world. Welcome to my journal. This is Lily Kolosova. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day, the day before Equinox, which is March 18th. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm so excited for this spring equinox, you guys. I can't even tell you. Oh my Lord. So thank you, my dear tribe, for being here. So I'm going to start first with drink, and then I'm going to talk about my painting over here. This is my painting right there. Okay. That I did specifically for this. This is what I was talking about when I said that I'm going to be having a little surprise for you. So I wanted to do something creative for spring equinox. And when I do personally creative things, this is when I am fully sort of integrated with my higher self. So, ta-da! This is what came out. But I wanted to talk about symbols because symbols been coming up, and I've talked about it kind of a little bit harshly last time. So I want to talk about symbols today, and what are those really, and what it all has to do with the cycles of nature. So thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful spring equinox party. So I'm gonna have my virgin mimosa again, but this is bloody oranges. I don't know if any of you know what those are. I actually do like them. So and it makes my mimosa pink. So here you go. Here's to you all. Happy spring, my dear shamans from around the world. I love you so much. May the force of creation be with you all in this equinox. All right. Okay, Danielle, hi. Anna, hi. Bella, darling. Amy, hi. Santo, thank you so much for being here. Comfort, my sunshine, thank you for being here. Tracy, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. So this is, you guys, my sort of simple way of, I don't know, self-healing or doing shamanic journey. I do art and things like that during this time. Okay, I think I'm gonna move this microphone. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, so you can see my painting. Can you guys see it okay? Everything's good? You can hear me okay? Little that way. Okay, you guys, so I want to talk today, of course, about the ceremony, the spring equinox ceremony that every one of you and hopefully been preparing for. And it is what I'm saying. When you're preparing for this, what you do is you generating your reality. You're exploring your own possibility. You're exploring your own probability, and then you pulling the realities that in, or you seeding, as I said, you seeding your reality with your future reality with what you do and how you structure your own sort of generator, the reality generator. Hi, Lemuria Rose. Lemuria Rose. Okay. Thank you for being here. Cheers. So anyway, and I want to talk about ceremony, and what to do for this ceremony and how simple it has to be. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, you guys. And so this is why I want to talk about today how, and this is why I picked this, and I've been talking about 5 elements. And so this is why my art for this, I decided to incorporate the 5 elements and then incorporate the 2 different schools of these cycles of nature. So my first one, oh, right here. So this one's right here. These are then, this is Chinese symbols for elements, right? And here's the 5 elements in Chinese. And so here's this one. And then what you see here, this one's, these are ancient natives for the same signs, for the same elements, same structure. Here's your star. Here's your star. Oh, I mean here. But you know what I mean? This is that human being in operating on this 5th element, meaning in balance, which is in duality, which is at the center of this reality. And so I wanted to kind of take symbolism and put it into art form and kind of show you how it is so unique to each and every one of us. And so that's why, like for me, even if you now look up and natives, a lot of natives would use this more ancient symbology with a lot of spirals and stuff. But then there is a different culture, whole different culture, but yet you will find how it not overlays, but how it relates a very similar sort of mythology, but yet it is 2 different cultures, right? And then you can look at it from 2 different cultures, okay? And so for me, right, there is also a background to it, and this is what I call when I start painting, right? And then when I want to do this, first I played with this 4 elements here, right? And then what I call it is playing with colors. And this is something that you guys can do. Those of you that do therapy and stuff like that, and hypnotherapy, and for those of you that do healing and PTSD healing and all of those things, you can use art as a way of healing and showing, and expressing your feelings and what it is that as within so without, to align you to your inner space. And so what I did, I just basically started with playing with the 4 corners and the 4 elements, right? So like ancient elements, and this is why I am showing here Chinese and all of that stuff, because a lot of people, especially last time, you guys, somebody was asking about, flower of life and what's the difference between them, and one of them is good or one of them is bad. And so I was laughing, and I said both of them are bullshit, because it's our symbols or what they represent to you. And how do you align that energy that is within you, that is driving force behind you? How do you align yourself to this alignment, to this equilibrium in nature? So you align yourself with the cycles of nature in this reality, which is dual in its nature. Okay? Hi, she said it. Thank you so much for being here. Which is so, and then, so I'm going to go here, right? Fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. Okay. Here's your ancient, and here's the ancient one. This is earth, air, fire, water, water, spirit. And this is why in most of my um, videos in the past, you guys will find out that I do use most of the time, if I use symbology or any ancient knowledge that I refer to, I do refer to a lot of this ancient knowledge. And so this is why a lot of times I call this fifth element spirit. So these are the ones who are not crucified, but actually operating. And this is what I say, that when you have your chakra, your all of your chakras sort of aligned, and then your crown chakra is actually, you crowned yourself, basically, meaning you've activated your higher self. You meaning you're anchoring your higher self within, and this is how you activate your higher being here in this reality. So okay, so if you guys have any question, and so this is just basically what I wanted to do, is just do, I do art, so I enjoy doing art. And so for me, I just wanted to show you how you can even incorporate different mythologies and everything and personalize it to your own understanding, to your own so you can make this as meaningful for your own shamanic journey as you can, as you can go. So you can, like I say, reach wide and high and deep. And just like I talk about elements, right, you guys, and I talk about integrating all of your elements and have them work. So there is a wheel here also. There's also a lot more to just this. Like I said, how that the fifth element operates through the cycles of nature. Okay. And this is exactly how we operate, because our bodies manifested in the same exact chemical structure or form as Earth. Okay. So we're of same makeup. Okay. Earth is 70 some percent water. We are 70 some percent water. Okay. And then minerals and all of that stuff, it's all similar. So then we can align to a bigger cycles and understand how we fit in this collective sort of path that we're going through of this quickening, as I refer to. So as you guys may, so I don't know, any other questions about my art? So let me know if you do, okay? Because I don't see anything there. But anyway, and here's a little bit of purple, because that signifies that crown chakra, which is a cycle in totality. So this is why this is kind of looks a little grayish here, too much light maybe or something, but it's a little bit more purple in life here in that. So it's kind of which is purple. It's blue and red. Which is your two main colors are in alignment, and that's what purple is. It's simply why people, spiritual people, enjoy purple and makes them feel good, because it's a color that puts the warm, because I'm in Ireland, and the cool colors, the whole spectrum in balance, and that's it pretty much harmonizes the whole spectrum of colors in art, and that's why purple is what it is. So, so anyway, and that's why it harmonizes. That's why we need our crown chakra to be active, because it harmonizes our rest of our existence here. So it's like, think of it, because it's inside out. Think of it that without having your crown chakra, you can't really root yourself in reality. And so this is why I talk about that. And so speaking of rooting things, and so like I said, for the ceremony, you guys, no matter what it is that you intend even if you're just intending to align your own being to the cycle of life with Earth together, because we're going through this now on those, like I talk about, on the collective levels, you guys. So this is what I'm talking about. All right, you guys, you're funny. Where did the concept of chakras came from? That's Santo. You want me to talk about that question? Well, I am not really sure, because they have it in most of mythologies. Okay. But I think originally what it originally signifies is the original 7 races of human beings. Okay. And those are the different frequencies or the different DNA sort of vibrations, or like you would say, when you need to, because I talk of this as this is my seed, you guys. This is my seed that I'm going to be planting. So I've been like keeping it in my hand for so that's why I just got used to having it in my hand now. But anyway, what I was saying is that so you can think of it as there's an orchestra of energies that are happening in your reality, right? And so think of in your body, the chakras are like instruments that are playing in that orchestra. So then you as a human being in this form, yet it is limited for creator being, but yet this is your ability to play your song or to play your reality here, or so to sound it, meaning to bring into existence. Okay. And so what you have is you have this, like, say, 7 instruments that are within your body, but there's a lot more. And then what I'm talking about here right now is the chakra that is right here on the back. That's the 8th chakra. And this is where the infinity flows through. And this is why, without activating your crown or your holy trinity, like Gnostics were talking about, that without activating that, you're blocked from opening that infinity flow through your 8th chakra. Because and a lot of people say, okay, this is 7th chakra can be disconnected. That instrument could be broken. So it is actually, what happens is that after the 7 chakras, what truly harmonizes 7 chakras in your body is the activation of your 8th chakra, or the infinity within your own center being, or that flow, or like they were talking about, the Kundalini rising that goes through chakras. That's the 8th chakra, that it's the infinity symbols, that's where that comes from. Okay. All right. So, and this is the center right here too. Okay. So anyway, so I hope I kind of explained a little bit how my own view on all symbols and all of that. So what is it? It's a representation of certain energies, or a certain instrument, or a certain you can say vibrations, or and so, because each color has its own vibrations, it has its own healing powers and all of that stuff. So see, and then it correlates. And you guys know that how I talk with shamans a lot about digging into a deep waters, going deep, 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 deep. So deep, almost black waters here, and then I gotta go light, almost white here on this. So you crisscrossing all of your energies and your so if you're like, I'm talking about the instruments that are playing on the in the totality, right? Okay. Same thing with your own energies through chakras. Those are your energies that are, and if you're something in that, and the reason why there's so much in written in the past about the chakras and how to align them and how to meditate on each chakra, and because it to align them to your to that eighth and infinity chakra, which is the flow of the universal flow that flows through you as the creator being. That's the Christ consciousness, in a way that I although they've really muddied that um term. Okay, it's been so muddied. Okay, so I hope that I've answered that. All right. Colors seem to have become hijacked as well. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because just like with symbols, and here you go, Santo, and we're in America, we've seen that too. How purple been used to ignite violence and things like that. It's just unbelievable. And pink, remember what happened with pink here in America and what they did? How they've hijacked that and attached breast cancer frequency to it, to the pink color. So, and that pretty much turned it inside out. And what does that little baby pink? It's purity, it's health, it's life, and all of that. And so they've attached it to cancer. And so here you can see how that actually manifests, that inside out, upside down sort of views. This is how they manifest. Okay. All right. Okay. So, and so you guys can find a lot of things, like if you like to kind of see how, there is, there's things that build, there's schools and courses that are built around how to balance your chakras or how to balance your natural thing. And here's what's Santo, thanks for being here and thank you for the questions about the chakras. This is what I want to tell you, that I never really I was never exposed to the view of chakras. Just like in the East, they do use it a lot, but a lot of Eastern, hello, Buddhist religion. I mean, it's the fakest of them all. so, so of course it's all inside out, and it's been stolen, and it's been there's programs that have been attached to it and all of that stuff. So I never really learn much about the chakras, but basically what it is all those teachings. When I talk about, think of it this way: when you are working on your chakras are those instruments, and your body is this multi-dimensional orchestra. Okay, and so now this multi-dimensional orchestra has this chakras as the those are the instruments. And so the instruments will get out of line, out of sync, or they will be out of whatever the word, again, skipping. And all of that stuff. And so what's going to happen is I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so basically, because I forgot the word where I was going. So basically, the instruments, okay? They're out of tune. Oh my God, they go out of tune. Okay, so this is why they've approached chakra tuning as an instrument with meditations and all of that stuff. And this is just like, this is that school or that form of teaching a balance in the spiritual world, because this is the field we operate through. And so these are the symbols. They're just simply signifying what the energy is, or they're just telling you this is your instrument. Okay, because you can take the chakras and you can put that into all the 5 elements within you, and then you can go into the healing through nature and just strictly do it with nature. And this is one of the reasons why I really don't approach any of my my examples or things like that from chakra's point of view, although I know that, even though they're called chakras and all of that stuff, and even though there is a lot of belief systems that been attached to them, I know one thing, Santa, that there is no way that anybody has the right to come in and mess with those energy centers. They're only yours and yours to do what you desire to do with it. As a sovereign human being, that's your right to decide for yourself. And so if somebody's tricking you, why? So it's just, I'm saying, there is just trust no one. It's like I like to say. So this is why I like to approach things from, like I said, from the very basic, very sort of things that, as now I think that the cat's out of the bag, that Native Americans that are here, the and they're Siberians, natives are related. We are cousins. So this is very much a Siberian also symbols. So that's pretty much what I know. So that's why I kind of go by that. Okay, you guys. So anyway, but here's my little seed that I'm going to plant. I don't know if it's going to grow or not. I'm going to plant it in the wild. But anyway, here's my intent. It's right here. I'm going to plant it tomorrow. And so, but I just found this seed when I was in nature trying to figure out how am I going to go about it, and what is it that I'm going to do. And usually I do very simple things, you guys. I don't do glorify ceremonies or anything. It's always just me doing my own thing with nature. I do use the wind and things like that when I do that. And so that's just my communication with nature in that way. So I do use the wind to communicate with me, if I do the right thing or not. But anyway, so as I was, starting to generate my intent, and I needed to find a seed or find a rock or find something, this showed up. So I said, oh, okay, great. I don't have to worry about it. Here it is. And so I found this little seed. It's like a wild tree sort of seed. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm going to just plant it over here. But it's all about, for me, because it's all my thing. It's all about having it in my sanctuary, as you guys told you about it, in nature by the river. And this is where the place. So I'm just going to plant it there, in nature by the river. And, if it grows, it grows. If it's dead already or whatever, it doesn't matter, because it's all symbolic. Okay. For me, it's all symbolic. The rest is, there is something else I'm going to bury with it. A little piece of paper that I'm going to write a few things on. Okay. And then I'm going to bury it with the seed. Okay. And so that's something else that I'm going to be doing with that. And then you can do however you want to do your little ceremony, but make sure you guys have a lot of fun. Hi, Holly Ann. Thanks, Santo. You said from within. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, thank you for the question. It's really interesting to talk about. And so this is all about attaining that equilibrium in human form. And then you can use, a lot of people use chakra symbology, but I brought East, Chinese here too, because it's very simple. And this is, I thought, oh, why not to start and show you guys my because you guys know I'm a little shy about showing my artwork. So I kind of from the beginning I said, okay, I'm gonna do this, so then I have to show it to you. Because you guys been asking me to show you my little art, so I'm a little I don't, I don't consider myself an artist, like, one of those big artists. I do art for it's my own thing. I've been doing art since I was like 10. um I went to art school for a long time. That was my hobby that I loved, which is pick up, um drawing a book or something and just go into nature. So that thank you, Mayor. It looks good. So as you can see, it's just very simple. So I call it a plane with colors, and then I went on and just put on some symbols to talk about how simple it is, and what it is truly signifying is that alignment, in alignment with the cycles of nature. And this is basically the key to health. And like I talked about last time, anything that you guys do for all kinds of viruses and things like that, take honey, your local honey. In this way, you will align and harmonize your own immune system with the environment you're in. And so then this way you are in alignment with the nature and with earth and with spirit. And you're in alignment with the nature's waters. You're in alignment with nature's fire. You're in alignment with nature's air. You're in alignment with reality. And so do you guys have any questions about spring equinox? And just because, remember, you seeding your future yourself, you seeding, you digging into, you bringing into your conscious mind, you pulling into your conscious mind with things like that. Okay, because I keep this in my pocket on my walks, I do this, or I have this here, and for days now. Right? And so it has a lot of intent built into it. I mean, this thing is shiny. I've been holding it so much. So it's got a lot of intent, but my conscious mind has been doing that. So it's just been engraving that, it's been memorizing, and now I'm going to plant it into the earth and trust the deep waters to nurture my seed. Okay. And so this is kind of, and for those of you that will be planting the seeds that you will be taking care of, then you know that the next step is to water it, and then your intent got to keep flowing with the water every time. And then every time that intent goes into all of that totality of human consciousness. So imagine that. Imagine how important it is for each and every one of us to, in this spring equinox, dear shamans, to set intent that will be so powerful. So that's why I say, be powerful, trust yourself. Whatever it is within your reach that you've now digged in, and you, like I said, reached wide and deep, whatever it is, that it is trusted. Trust it and let it go. Trust it and let it go. And just bury it. Bury it in the darkness of your deep, deep. This is you seeding it. This is the seed you burying within yourself. So that intent, you just bury it deeply within you. And you have to trust that it will come to life and will come to fruition, and it will bury the flowers and they will bury the fruits eventually, your seed of this intent. So I really wish you all the best with this. Um, it's been so, doing this journal has been so amazing for me. And I thank you, each and every one of you, for being here with me and tuning in, because you made it so worth it for me to come on here and do all this. And because of all of you and because of all this, here I am, and my intent is for each and every one of you. I just want to support each and every one of you out there, because the way I see you out there in the spiritual world, those of you that stick to your true self, you stick to your God within, to your spirit, you anchor in spirit. And each and every one of you that are generating on that level from spirit, from being in equilibrium, from being in harmony in this duality, in this reality. And my biggest intent is to have the force of the universe support your intent. As small as it is, or as huge as you generated. So may that force be with each and every one of you, because you are sparkling out there. And it's such a pleasure for me to know that all these years, to find myself here today. So much gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you. Okay. It's just been so, this power of universe and the power of true source, that's my intent for each and every one of you out there. So enjoy, have fun. May your seeds bring you beautiful flowers, beautiful fruits, and may your life bring you all those joy, all the joy that you will have. So I'm gonna make this short one, because you guys, just go big, go big, no fear. The universe supports us. We have so much beautiful future ahead of us. So just trust yourselves. And all is going to be so beautiful, warrior. So much love to everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you for liking my videos. So whoever's watching, thank you. So if you guys can like my videos, and thank you for enjoying my painting. And until next time, may the force, the life force, be with you all. Thank you.